and then we will,
How many toolboxes you need?
so I gotta deal with your dude.
Oh, okay.
So,
Deal with your dude.
yeah, we talked the other day, and he's
Right.
like, mhm. Yeah, so he gave me inside track, as long as everything works out. Could not, but, yeah, I think we got a plan.
So I kind of try to push for at least a couple.
Yeah, a couple is what I need right away. He said he had a handful of a couple different kinds, and then some tables, and he's like,
them
similar to the ones out there, but they're not as heavy
wood
duty.
tops.
Yeah. So, anyways, we believe that we've got something going. So he's been super great with me. Okay, so today we will be done at 2:30, so that only gives us about an hour in here. I'm gonna walk through a couple of things that are kind of exclusive to PCDMUS that could possibly trip you up. The goal is for you guys to be within the next 2 weeks or so, definitely before we're done with this class, you're pretty fluent in writing short programs to do the things that you need to do. Yesterday, you did it what I would call the hardest way possible, okay, to create different features and alignments. Alignment's not so bad, but some of the other things, there's much, much easier ways to do things. And so we're gonna do it that way today to just try and streamline some stuff. Alignment wise wasn't bad, but there still are some additional ways to make things a little bit easier in doing stuff. So, I've got PCDMS open. I've imported a part into here. I did some stuff with it. So, all I've got is it is in there. It does not really know where the arm is. It might show it, but, it actually, arm is on. So, what I want to do is, I want to try to do something just a little bit different. So there's no anywhere. I saw it for a second. So it's over here. Doesn't quite know where the part is. So what I want to do is I want to come in and I want to set this top surface as my plane. So I always have to be able to lock things in, X, Y, and Z. And so there are 6 degrees of freedom. You have X, Y, and Z, and U, V, and W. And so U, V, and W are axial around X, Y, and Z. So they lock those things in to keep them from moving. So X, Y, and Z is really what we see. So I'm going to do it like this. I want to come in and I want to do a plane. But this time, instead of going in and hitting on the plane, I'm going to come in and I'm going to hold the shift button down, and I'm going to click with my left mouse button. That, if you'll look over here, it created the plane for me. Now, I want to create another plane because I need to lock it in my rotation, yeah. So I'm going to go here to this plane. So I hold shift down, I hover over the plane that I want to go to, click it, and if you see that shape there, it determined 4 points that I should hit there to find that plane. Now, I can go over to this circle, I can hold shift, it can either do this area, which is a cylinder, or this area, which is a circle. So if I want to do this, that circle is going to be my X, Y, and Z. Now, after I do that, I could go back to my magic wand and do something that would be a little more difficult. I can go to here, to the, this triangle looking thing, trihedron, and if I hover over it, it says quick align, new alignment, save alignment, recall alignment, equate alignment, or leapfrog alignment. Leapfrogging is if you wanted to use this CMM to CMM a car. So if you need to continuously move it around. New alignment means that I'm going to take the planes and the XY circle that I made, and I'm going to create alignment. Quick align says I'm going to trust PCDMUS to try and help me develop my own. It's an alignment from what it thinks is best. So I'm going to go in there. And so here's what it did. It created an alignment that is off of this corner. This is not what I want. So that alignment today will not work. So I go in and I can delete that. And I think it's always worth the shot of doing it, you know? So now I'll go into new alignment. It knows the things that I just did. It knows there's a plane, there is another plane, and that there is a circle there. See how my trihedron's wobbling? It has no locking faces, surfaces, or X and Y circles. I can do a couple of things. I need to highlight it, so I can go highlight, hold down on control. See what it did there is it numbered them as 1, 2, and 3 as far as priority wise. Okay, so now if I were to go circle, plane, plane, it goes 3, 2, 1. If I go, say this is my most important plane, this is my secondary, and this is my tertiary, 3, 2, 1. So let's just say I've got that circle, and then I've got plane 1, and I've got plane 3. And let's try to see what auto alignment looks like. Auto alignment won't work because what it wants is a plane. It wants level it, lock it, find the center of it. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Again, still not the right spot, right? So now I'm in a spot where I've got to make some decisions. My only problem, this plane is good. Z-axis is good. Rotate along the y-axis is good here. My problem sits with not so much x, but y. My y is my only problem. I'm going to delete y. I'm going to go back to this circle. I'm going to hit y, origin, brings it to the middle. So now it's the center of that circle. Hit OK. And so now, I can go to the top. I can go to execute.
Maybe it highlights the part it wants to be used.
It does. Isn't that so much better? Don't you wish I would have showed you that yesterday? Okay, that one's done. Now what do I want to do this one? 1 of 6 hits. I can't quite see where I'm at. There. And now the circle. Okay, now my alignment's done. So from now on, if I move this probe to the middle, it's in the middle. And that slick knows where it's at and it moves with it. So I go to this hole right here, I'm in that hole. It's like VR, except it's not. It's just R. So now let's say I want to check this bolt hole circle. I can go circle. So if I highlight the whole wall of it, or the face of it, I get a cylinder. If I highlight this circle, so I just keep going around.
Yeah, you actually make one. Can you just like Control Z and it'll undo it?
If I accidentally make one,
Yeah, like or if you did the wrong, like you did the cylinder instead of the circle, can you just click Control Z and it'll undo it?
know if it'll do that or not.
Okay.
We can try it though. So let's just say I'm in here, shift, and then this, and then, nope, it will, zoom it back though, so, and I don't know that I'm really probably saying correctly, but PCDMIS is not completely what I'd call a Windows program.
Okay.
A lot of things will work on Windows, but there's going to be a lot of programs that actually kind of run an iOS system. So it's just a little little different. I mean, as far as what we do, we're gonna see very small changes in it. But, so now, I've got, after my alignment is done, I can start from here, and I can just go in and, I can do my alignment again, or, stop, get out of that. I can put in a start point along the way if I want to. So typically I would realign this, do all my holes, and then keep going. So yesterday we did some holes, and then we did some stuff over here. So I could do this and this. See how it's just making these circles? So and what's cool about this is I can come in and go, okay, so here I can just hold down on the mouse button and I can move these around.
It's the beautiful song of shop.
Yeah. High school are just a little behind us, so everything that we did a couple weeks ago, they're doing now. They just don't run quite on the scale or the track that we do. So now if I want to, I can rename these things. So here's circle 10. I can go in like I did yesterday, go to edit, and call this side boss. And so then I'll change the description on there. So that really helps me to kind of know what those things are. Okay, so let's just say, man, this worked really great for me. Let's do it again. So I'll go File, New, and I'm gonna name this Class MACH105. This is the probe, this is the only probe that I use on this, so it's always gonna be this probe, so I set the active tip. This all comes up as, basic default. Manual DCC mode means, do I want the machine to move automatically, or do I want it to move, do I wanna manually move it? This does not move automatically, that does move automatically, so I can change that. I can change that to where I manually move it, or I can change it where I just hit cycle start, walk away, part's done when I'm done. So, does anybody remember how we got the model in yesterday?
Was there some form of file import?
It was in a file import.
CAD button on the top there somewhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to this button, CAD, and I'm gonna import the hex block small. Bring it in, there it is. So now, tell me let's just do this, let's just do, let's not even do an alignment, let's just do a plane. So I hit plane, I hit shift, I hit this, and actually we'll do an alignment, let's do this. So there's my plane, I'll do a line, see if I can get a line anywhere along these areas. No, I'm not gonna be able to hitch it, so I'll grab this plane, and then on this other side, I'll align it now on this would not be a plane that I would keep, but let's just say that's my third plane. And then now I could try to go back to quick align, and it shows my alignment. So it knocked it right over here into this corner, which is actually where it was default wise, and it's good to go. So now, let's just say I wanna measure just this circle. Go to circle, hold shift, just get that circle. Okay, so now, to start the program, I go all the way back to the top, hit execute. It didn't do it, did it?
No.
So I've done something wrong. I've got the program right. It's telling me to take hits. I just took hits, but it didn't take hits. So what do you think I could have done wrong? William, what do you think I did wrong?
No, I don't know.
Good try.
It wasn't tracking the arms, was there something to do with the arm tracking on the program itself?
Over limit?
Out of active search.
It's not that, but that's a good guess. So, anytime it has an access limit, it's gonna be able to not do what it needs to do. PCDMS cannot have two files open at the same time.
Piece of garbage.
Maybe. It is really frustrating. Because it actually told me in the very beginning that it wasn't going to do it. And here's how I knew it. File, new. It says offline. That allows me to write a program offline. And then, like, you all could be writing programs offline, bring your laptop up here, plug in, then use the CMM. Doesn't matter what computer you're using. Once PCDMS is updated and loaded on all the machines. So it'll only run one at a time. So what I've got to do is I've got to make sure I've only got one active at a time. That will take you at times an hour and a half to remember. I ran through this last night as just a refresher for myself and did a couple of other things, and I went through and kind of cleaned your program back up. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do one real quick right before I go. And I stood there for 30 minutes going, what am I not doing right? And I was like, freaking got two of them open. So, gotta have
So how do you activate it?
So I've gotta go and close the other one. So, file, exit. So I'm gonna just go back in and open PCDMS. And I think we're on release 1.
What's DEMA stand for?
Dimension systems. So here it is, it's in here, so I can go and grab whatever I want now. So I can go and create a new routine or, work off of one that I got. Okay, here's what I'm gonna take, let's take, the row, I'm gonna take U3 first. U6, 7, sorry. Work on your flatness, parallelism, work on those for your parts that need to be submitted. We're going to work on a program. When they get done, I will pull you guys, next row, and then I'll pull the next row. Okay. So. Huh? You're okay there. I'll just have to disconnect this. Okay. So to create a program, we're gonna go to new routine. We're gonna name it whatever we want. It's inch, it's machine 1. Okay, now what do I do? Import the model. So mine is hex demo block small. Import. To rotate it so I can see it, I'm gonna hold down on this middle button here. Alright, so give me a plane, top plane. I'm gonna rearrange this guy. You can kind of adjust it to where you want. It just has to still be hooked up to the machine. No, but we can do this. Okay, go ahead and give me another plane here. And grab right here to just one of those 4 areas. One of these little areas. Yeah, one of those. We'll just call that flatness. right here is your clue.
Just to the mag base.
Huh?
I do attach the
That
CG
does give
base.
us a good one. So go ahead and give me,
Okay.
why don't you measure this sphere? So, go to sphere. Nope, that's close. Nope, you need to, you're gonna have to shift there, there you go. So I think you've got, you might have did a little hook in there, that's fine, let's go ahead and just do that middle circle. I think you have to do a circle. Yeah, just the middle, the top edge right there, yeah. Okay, and so now move your cursor all the way to the top. Header, and then hit this one.
I found that one back there,
And
but
then there you
there
go.
should be some.
So go ahead and measure. Yep, now you're right. Now we gotta do an alignment. Is that- yeah. And just get, if you can get 4 points on that.
These feel like they're glued together almost.
Those are probably rusted together, to be
Yeah.
100% honest.
Huh?
The hammer.
Oh, yeah, it's not.
They're hard. Don't really. Percussion shop.
Anybody else need an iron block for their stand?
Okay, got it? Cool. Alright. So, let's say we changed our mind and we don't want any of that. But what we wanna do is just check this outside cylinder over here. So we'll do the same alignment, so next person, same alignment. But why don't you check the inside of this circle over here? But after you do your alignment, I wanna show you a different way of doing this. So you do your alignment first.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll do that back corner, yeah, right there, fine. Okay, so alignment's done. And so we wanna check this circle. Let's just say that we're not quite sure on what we wanna do. This button over here is called guess. And so you no longer have to even determine what you want. See how it's gonna go. It's a plane, it's a circle, it's a cylinder. It's gonna guess what you're trying to do. So you can come over here and click this, and it says, oh, you're gonna do a measured circle. So what happens is so we'll go ahead and run it.
Swept it. There was no movement. Moved up and swept it. No movement.
You're fine.
So it's,
Pretty parallel.
I don't know how to denote it though.
I would just put
Put
0. Yeah.
And then flatness, so I have more height.
Okay. There you go. What are you doing?
Flatness top to bottom, which I knew was gonna be out.
Yeah.
So, just mark it out on the print.
But how do you know that it's that way? So these two are parallel. So it's parallelism between these two, flat across his face. So it really doesn't matter, flatness is really a plane.
Right.
So it's a variation in that surface. It doesn't have anything to do with the bottom part of that part. So the hard part about that is that the bottom of that part is unfinished. So how do you measure flatness without the bottom part of the part being finished?
That's way easier than doing it.
The only thing you can do is just bring it across this, right? Right.
I don't know that that's the only thing that you can do.
The only thing I can think of.
So what
First try.
is,
This is my
okay,
first one too.
so let's say we wanna check parallelism.
I butchered my
This
second one
face and
too.
this face, but this face doesn't count, right?
That bottom one was flat.
That face does.
Right.
This is zero, this is parallelism between this face and then this face.
Careful stuff.
Right. So it's easy to, y'all, you got yours?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, delete those out, reset it. I want you to find, this, yep. Actually, give me this cylinder, so that upper one is a cylinder. So this can go.
You gotta do the things.
Not like that, to measure what, to measure parallelism between the two. And then to measure flatness of this face, you need to stand it up, get underneath it, and go across it. You gotta work off the things that you know.
You probably control the.
You can do 1, 2, 3 blocks, you can do parallels, you can clamp some parallels together. We've got some thick parallels that might be out. You grab those, you can stand them up. 1, 2, 3 blocks are a pretty good way. Everybody's got a 1, 2, 3 block in their box. If they are on size, that should take care of it. You also have some squares in your box that might be, like they might have similar or the same size blade or back that are the same size to do that.
They're using gauge blocks.
Yeah, they're gauge blocks, like gauge blocks would work too, there's 3 sets of them in there, or should be 3 sets of them. Yeah, you can take like the 4-inch gauge block or something like that, lay them on their sides, and set your part down on top of that, grab underneath it, and go.
So
Get it?
I'm kind of just not wanting to, kind of meaning no. Okay, so let's bring you down to here, to the bottom, because otherwise it'll put it where it's at. Have you, let's see, where are we in? We'll measure. You guys
So
deleted
just
the
plan
active
to
tip.
finish on this one.
You deleted the tip, so it no longer knew that this tip was active. No big deal. So yeah, now you can go around to the place that you need to be.
Jason, are you phone with Fran? You got it all figured out?
Such a square part compared to what I did with those steel ones that we just got done with.
So is flatness a line or is it a plane? This one's not supposed to be. So it doesn't have to be connected to it. So in order to measure this plane, you cannot measure it
This stuff
You
is
can't
very
take
well
it
done.
because that will be giving you this plane, right? So you can have this thing upside down. They're gonna have to have this here ready
I don't think we're doing it. Or is that flat?
See what I'm saying?
I don't know how to do
There's one example, th're getting their use there, with the indicator, this is how flat it
it.
is.
So they're doing the parallelism.
That's, like, I might even try to scoop underneath there just a little bit more. That would be one way to do it.
You said you
Trying
wanted
to
to
figure out, so these edges are milled. Yeah. And then you figure out your flatness by how much.
So they're trying to see how like flat it is.
Now, parallel
as it comes across. The surface finish is how rough the surface is supposed to be. So you just take the surface card,
Then you could check parallelism by setting this down.
surface reference cards, and then
This space is 0, right? Notice that indicator goes across right across the space. Okay. You probably got it there too long.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Because it'll only work on a mill if you trim square everything in. 30 minutes out there, it's 2 minutes here. Yeah, that would be a long way to do it. It should be pretty flat. All that was done in one operation. It should be pretty good flat.
So what should I put if it's flat, just like a check mark next to it?
Is it 0? If it, I mean, 0 is fine. If it's 0, you just put
Too
0.
fast.
Hey, Justin?
Yeah.
This would work too, right?
Probably. The only thing that you're not gonna get from that is any type of center dipping. You know what I mean? It's got, if it has a valley, it probably doesn't. But if it's scooped down in the middle, you probably wouldn't know it, depending on how much scoop it has in it. So if it was dished,
Yours not running a machine mark. You don't think I'll pick that up?
I don't know, it depends on how far you hang out. I mean, I think for this particular one, that way would probably work.
Hey, is there a certain way you want to like measure the surface on these or just kind of average them? Like go across it this way, average?
You wanna go in the general direction of the mill marks. So let's just say you're doing this, you wanna go in the opposite
Sometimes
way.
I can't
What
do
about
that.
like on that?
So I would try to find what my area is going to be the roughest way. Okay, so I would probably go this way, then this way, see if there's much difference between the two. I would always take the worst average.
There was 38 and 34.
So,
So I would take
the higher the number, the smoother, right?
rougher. So like 500 is gravel, 2 is black.
Two is like smooth like me.
Yeah, well, you're probably more of a 1. You're pretty smooth.
But, I mean, it's smooth in the call up, so that's, well, it could be bad, it could be good.
You're right, that's a great point, because what they're asking for is a particular surface finish, not necessarily better. Yeah, it maybe needs to be a gripping point, maybe it doesn't, you know? But the cool thing for the QC person, the person who's in the metrology part of things, it's not for you to determine.
You're just checking.
You're just checking it. Somebody else makes I mean, unless that's part of your job too, to determine is this a good part or not. At this point, all we're doing is saying, we need to check this. We say what it is, not whether it's good or not. Done. Go back. I will take the next group, that is a group of 4.
go, we're not hooked up to the TV anymore, I'm gonna move us back just a little bit. That way you guys aren't so jammed up against there. Alright, so we'll work, this way. Right. So I want you to do what I did, I want you to do an alignment, plane, and then this back corner of the plane. Then I want you to, I want you to measure this largest circle. So you
Control,
will shift,
so shift and hold it.
Yeah.
Right or left.
You have to select the,
yeah,
what you wanna do
you do
first.
need to select the plane.
Chester.
Yeah.
Now, hold shift down. And so when you go over it, it's gonna start to highlight. What you're looking for is yellow. So, get the plane selected. Yeah, hold shift down, see how it turned yellow? Selected, that's the plane. Hold shift. And so now, that's the plane.
Okay.
And then do that other plane. Now you're gonna go up to this little lightning bolt. You just click the lightning bolt. And it automatically aligns it to those 3 planes. 3 planes always says it's nesting in a corner. So, yeah, so you hold shift again. And it's gonna go up, and, yeah,
And then what else do you want
I want you to go ahead and check it.
on here? So then that was,
So you gotta go all the way up to the top, to the top header, click on it, yep. So you just wanna get the program to the top, and then you're gonna hit the little play button.
and then it's saying like 6 hits on the top, right?
It is.
Guess we're too far around now.
It's a great question.
If I go too far.
I don't know if it does or not, I don't think that, try now. There you go. I think this would come unplugged. Yeah, I just been deleting stuff out of the program.
Yeah, move the top of the head down, looks like it's one line.
Yeah, so don't be afraid, pull that baby down, get it out of the way. So really, where it's sitting now is way too close. We want that arm to stretch out as far as it can. It gets better dimensions when it's stretched.
Then that's this one, right?
To go to the next thing? Yeah.
So it's still got this.
Hit one more time, it's asking for the 6th hit. So all I did was I just went back and deleted all the hits, redid the plane. And now you're on that plane.
So then this is just like something that they send with it to like calibrate it or something, it's
No,
blocked.
I bought it. You can use any of your parts. This is the part that we used in class.
I know it. It's the wrong one.
You can see the number of hits that you've got here.
So then just the inside of it.
so now what I wanna do is, as far as deleting these, I'll let you guys take care of it after this. So we'll go here and we wanna delete this whole group. So everything tip 1 up needs to stay. Okay. So Jason, give me the same 3 planes, but go ahead and give me 4 of these holes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 holes.
You make this
I did make that.
and then just paint it.
Took a silver paint marker or Sharpie or something, whatever. Yeah, I need to make some more. Like they gave us these at Hexagon and it was sitting on the desk and it was valuable to me to just, as we, like, if I get the books, we'll take that whole part through 1,000 different scenarios and it's nice to just set it down on top of it and be like, okay, because sometimes they'll be like, okay, so it's now sitting like this, so you can sit it like this and then kind of remember, okay, this is Z, and then this is Y, and then this is X, so pretty cool.
The 6 degrees of freedom, is that, so, you got X, Y, Z, so is that Z, Y, next X, is that
It is
where you
not.
get your 6?
No, so your 6 degrees of freedom are X, Y, and Z.
What button do you press to rotate it?
You're gonna hold down on the right mouse button and then maybe shift. I gotta do it. Oh, it's the middle button here. So 6 degrees of freedom are X, Y, and Z. Sorry, X, Y, and Z. And then your degrees of locking, it doesn't have it on vectors, on the vector block. But you've got like the U, V, and W to lock that because Z rotates, so you're gonna rotate it or lock it, and then so you have U, V, and W to lock those 3 axes from rotation. Yeah, so it's rotation about this axis, rotation about this axis. Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing like a circle or something on this and it says like take 4 hits, can you still scan it or does it just want 4 hits?
Scan it. Yep, you can either go in and tell it I want to scan it, or you can always take more hits. You just can't take less hits. So
Oh, sure.
to do a circle, minimum is 3. So you need to do 3 hits per circle. We've got ours defaulted to 4, but you can. I mean, if you had an area where you 3 worked better for you, you can change it to 3.
Somebody's a little short on that one.
Yeah, I wish that Clint would have took those in. He may not know that we've checked them. He's been in the classroom in the morning and I've not, so we're not ever talking together at the same time.
What'd you say, circle 1?
Oh, yeah, cause.
Why did you do all of them?
No, it's just when you was holding shift, just highlighted all of them.
What do you think?
Go back and delete.
So you're still in your alignment. Did you do this face?
I did, but it was after all the circles.
That's the wrong place for it. You need to start over.
Can't seem to get my indicator to shoot.
Do I press escape? Start over?
you got stuff all over the place.
I don't wanna wedge it in, but
That's a lot of circles.
A lot of circles.
Ton of circles. 24 circles.
never mind.